Good morning, gurus. Welcome to another episode. I hope you're having a beautiful day. After the capitulation of yesterday, where everyone was so pissed off at Trump, the market got a strong rebound from night 76 all the way back to 83. It erased that entire drop. Look at that V-shaped recovery. Inverse head and shoulders looks like it's forming here if you look on the 15-minute charts. Volume came on that bounce. We went from 76, so that's the bottom at the moment, 76,400. I'll add more trades there. I added actually right here. I'm going to show you, and it looks like inverse head and shoulders. So it does look like inverse head and shoulders, as I teach you in the crypto course, and then break upwards. So let's see if it does it. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Benjamin Franklin. Investing what is comfortable is rarely profitable. Robert Arnold. People discussing bulls in hospital in the guru chat. You can join them in the conversation and they click on this and it'll take you to the guru chat. 2.78 trillion market cap, 1.83 million viewers. Bitcoin price.live. You can set this up on your TV as well, so you have these charts everywhere. Get a 60k bonus with Bybit if you use this QR code. 60k bonus. Become a student, take the crypto masterclass, stock group masterclass. We're back in fee. We're in extreme fee. We got to bounce. Bitcoin dominance 57%. Funding fee is negative. Bitcoin 82,900. Getting a bounce back. Trying to break through 83. Behind every stock is a company. Find out what it's doing. Peter Lynch. We're going to jump in the charts for Bitcoin. I'm going to show you my trades. I don't have any Ethereum trades open because, to be honest, the alts are just getting annihilated. Maybe we look at setting supports. I've got buy orders down on supports. We'll check those out as well. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up, and turn on the bell. Let's jump into technicals for Bitcoin now. We're going into technicals. Bybit account getting a bounce back, 575. Yesterday was 544, so we got a 30k bounce back, which is beautiful. You can see Bitcoin is the low on Bitcoin was 76. Look at this on the 1 minute candles. If you remember, I set this trade as an order and it actually executed when Bitcoin came down. It came down to 76,545 and my trade added at 76,161. 77,161. So it was $500 off the bottom. It added to that trade, which is beautiful. You can see where I sold Bitcoin. I warned everyone the drop is coming at 87k. We dropped down. I added at 81. I added at 81, 79, and the lowest order was at 76, 77, and now we're at 82. The funding fee is negative. My Bitcoin trade, $4,000 in profits. I managed in all that 4 orders, 0.5 Bitcoin each. So it's a 2 Bitcoin trade valued at 161,000. The fees are actually in the negative, so I'm getting paid very slightly. Its funding fee is almost positive to keep this trade open. You can see the orders I have down on Bitcoin, 76,500, which was the low for half a Bitcoin, 69.72. I don't know how low we can go, so I'm going to keep just adding supports, but we are getting a strong bounce. TON I have at $1.10. TON got a 10% bounce as well. The low was at $2.30 and now we're at $2.60. I sold it up here at $3. I've got buy orders on TON at $1.10, $1.90. I'll check it out as we go on the technicals. You can see my assets, it's all USDT and MCRT. The rest is just cash. So the rest is just cash. MCRT getting a little bit of a bounce back. You can see I've been buying more. You have to do your own due diligence. I am the founder. I haven't sold any of my seed investment tokens, and I've just been buying off the open market. You have to do your own due diligence. Let's go into the technicals. There's 225 of you online. You can join them in the conversation. Man, if we get a giant head and shoulders, it does. That's what I was saying. Good spot. Good job. Looks like an inverse head and shoulders on Bitcoin if it's the same chart. But I'm going to go into the technicals. You can see people trading together in the Telegram. The links are down below. Tesla got a bounce, 3.7%. I actually added on Tesla on the bottom, which is good news. My buys were triggering on Tesla. So if you remember all my Tesla buys, I sold at 430 and then we dropped. We're down still since I sold. The low was 50% after I sold, 50% drop. I actually added at 220. It didn't trigger my 193 order. I did add at 220 manually. It triggered my 230 order, triggered my 260 order, and triggered my 300 order. So it's adding back into Tesla. It's very oversold on the weekly. On the monthly, still more to go, but on the weekly, it's oversold. Let's look on the Crypto Guru bot, fire to buy. Bitcoin indicator bot didn't fire a buy or sell in this whole run up. Let's go into Bitcoin. And I will add more on Tesla if we pull down more. I don't think the drop is over, everyone. It might be the low, like maybe it was max capitulation. They saw that everyone got super burnt on Trump. After they saw how badly the markets got wrecked, they changed courses. There is a giant, on the weekly, a giant rising wedge though, which is really not so beautiful. Rising wedge. If you take the crypto master course, you understand this. This is not such a good pattern to have actually on the weekly. It's a giant rising wedge. On the stochastic, it is oversold on the weekly, which is good news. Let's look at the indicator bots. You get them in the crypto master course. Bitcoin crypto guru bot still a blue buy, which it fired at 20K in February 2023. Bitcoin indicator bot fired a sell at the top at 109K. It fired a sell up here and it was correct. We should have listened to the Bitcoin indicator bot at the top. It called it perfectly. Stochastic is oversold. It's trying to turn up. On the daily, it's also oversold, trying to turn up. But we still have this clear descending symmetrical triangle that has a clear breakdown. You can see here, this was how I knew to sell at 87 because we had this symmetrical triangle, builds pressure, and then it broke down. And after I saw this pattern, I warned all of you at 87K and we sold up here. If you remember my video where I warned everyone I'm closing all positions, and that's when I sold. You can see I sold Bitcoin at 87,500 and then I bought it at 76 based off this symmetrical pattern. Now the problem is this pattern isn't really finished. You can see here, if you measure out the base of the triangle and you measure it, the target is actually 72K. We did come to 76. That was a major support, but it's not finished. Like maybe this dump is over. It does look like a V-shaped recovery, but according to this pattern, it should be 72. And according to this yellow trend line, if we look at the history of Bitcoin, going back, you can see this trend line. It started on August 2023. So it's a 2-year-old trend line. And you can see Bitcoin first wave impulse, first to second corrective, second to third impulse, third to fourth corrective. So we could be having now the fifth and final impulse wave is very possible on Bitcoin. So if we actually measure out like this, maybe this wave is not yet finished. And we have one final impulse wave on Bitcoin. It is possible, but again, it can come down to 72. Just be aware of that because of the symmetrical triangle. Safest point to take a trade is off that yellow trend line, 69K, the previous all-time high. That's the safest play. Taking a trade from there, 66 stop loss, and then take profit at 100K resistance. That's a 9.5 risk to reward ratio, risking 3,000 to make 29,000. No leverage per Bitcoin. 10x leverage would be 300K. Riskier trade to take. It could be, if you look on the hourly, it does look like it could be an inverse head and shoulders here. Shoulder, head, shoulder, which could be a reversal pattern. If we get that push out, then we could be going to the base, which if we measure this distance here, the head, I teach you in this in the crypto master course. If we measure this out, the target would be 90K. So it is a possibility that we get a bounce to 90K on this inverse head and shoulders. If we do, that will invalidate that symmetrical triangle breakdown. It's very possible if we do. Where I would take an order, if not yet entering, I would do it off the weekly support. From here, 80K, and then take profit the same, 90K. But again, just be aware that you need to make sure your liquidations are below 69K. This is a riskier trade, risking from 80K 700, stop loss 79,500, risking 1,100 to make 9,600. So it's an almost 8.1 risk to reward ratio, 1,100 to make 9,600 per Bitcoin. No leverage, 10x leverage would be 96K. I'll also set this trade 80,700. I've got it 76, 69, 72, and let's do 80,000 for half a Bitcoin. 80,000, half a Bitcoin. That trade is now set. Let's go into Ethereum. And again, I want to DCA down. I don't know if this drop is finished. We can't really know. But it does look like we're getting a V-shaped recovery, and there is that inverse head and shoulders. But the bigger pattern still shows what I showed you, which is, and you can see Ethereum didn't recover much, everyone. We came all the way down to Ethereum at 1767, 1750. And if you see that broke a very powerful trend line that goes back all the way to 2020. So this is a symmetrical triangle that goes to 2020, 5 years old, and built pressure, looked like it was going to break out, rugged everyone, tricked everyone, came back into the triangle, and it's now lower than that symmetrical triangle. You can see it broke the trend line. That's not such a good thing. Monthly, the stochastic is oversold though. Crypto Guru bot is firing, not yet. Bitcoin indicator bot fired a sell there. Let's go close onto the weekly. On the weekly, stochastic very oversold, turning up. Bitcoin indicator bot and Crypto Guru bot quite mixed signals, saying buy and then sell, and didn't fire a buy yet. Bitcoin indicator bot did not yet fire a buy. Stochastic is oversold and volume is going up. On the daily, also stochastic oversold, turning up. You can see it's turning up from oversold, and volume is still strong, but the low was 1750, and now we got a little bit of a bounce at 1900. That was a breakdown of that formation. Could be descending triangle like this, and if we measure it out, the base could get a breakout back to 2200, but no one really picked up Ethereum after this. Like, we dropped from 2100 down to 1750 and then got a bounce to 1900. Let's go close on the 15 minutes. On the 15 minutes, it looks like a rising wedge. You can see here a little bit of a rising wedge, which is actually bearish. The markets are still spooked. That's the problem. They've spooked the markets too much. Trump, with all his tariffs, etc., spooked the hell out of the market. So now people don't trust it anymore. And that's where you get the max pain, when people don't want to buy the dips anymore. So 1750, I would say I don't really want to buy now, but it is possible that if there is good news, Ethereum breaks out towards 2,400. But so many people got wrecked on Ethereum that I don't think they like it that much anymore, to be honest. But 1750 would be a target to open. So if we go into Ethereum, Ethereum 1500, 1750. This is when I sold Ethereum before the drop. I warned everyone. I sold at 2141. But 1750 would be a buy target. So I'm going to add 5 Ethereum at 1750. 5 Ethereum, oh, let's do it so cheap. Let's do 10 Ethereum at 1750. I'll spend $890, 10x, 20x leverage. So 1750, I've got 1743, another buy, and 1500 for 5 Ethereum. Let's modify it, 10 Ethereum. So I've got 2 buys for Ethereum and for at 1750, 1500. Now let's look at any spot positions. That's cheap. I'm just going to be quick on the weekly here just to show you how I'm going to see. So it broke down Ethereum, but it still has the potential to go to 7,500 if it breaks to the upside. Uniswap came to a low on that dump. The low was $5.50, and he wrecked. Look how badly it wrecked the markets. This is when Trump took office. Here, January 20, and we dropped from $15 down to $6. The problem is no one will trust alts now. Look how badly they got beaten. But place to buy is $3.50 and $4.70 on Uni. So I've got on Uni, I've got $4.70 and $3.50. $4.70, $3.50. That's the one, the buy orders I've got. There is a support here at $5.40 also. But we're not getting much of a bounce, so just be aware of that. But it is quite cheap, Uni, and it's very oversold on the weekly. Look at the stochastic, so oversold on the weekly. Let's go into the daily. On the daily, also oversold, turning up, getting a little bit of a bounce. But not much, to be honest. 540 and 470 and 470. So I'll set one at 540. Another order for let's do $3,000 lots. So at $5.40, I'm going to buy $3,000 of Uni. Okay, let's go into Doge, 16 cents. The low on Doge was 15. 14 was the low. Now we're at 16 on the daily. It's dropped 65% since Trump and Elon won. They were so pushing Doge and Bitcoin before they got into the White House. It's like they bought our vote. They were pushing Doge. They were pushing Tesla, they were pushing Bitcoin. Everyone voted for them because they thought we're going to get like Trump in the markets, crypto's going to pump. And then we're down 66% on Doge since they took office. That's crazy. It's kind of like they bought our vote in a way, unfortunately. On the daily, it's very oversold heading up. On the weekly, extremely oversold. On the 4-hourly, overbought a little bit. So, okay, if we just take into account support lines, then I want to be picking up Doge at first support 14, second support 10, third support 5. So I've got Doge at 5, 10, and now I want to get some at 14. 14, and I'm going to buy $3,000 worth. I'll slowly DCE in. I'm not so secure because the market is risk off now. I don't think altcoins are going to get such a big bounce. World, $7.90. Crazy how low. Look at this. Look at this. This is from the March 2024 bull market. It's now down since we sold the top of that bull market. We're down. World is down from $12 all the way to 70 cents. Crazy. World is backed by Sam Altman, one of the biggest companies in the world, and it's down 93% from the high in March. 93, but volume is picking up, but so oversold. No one's really buying it. The low was down to. The low we got was 69 cents was the low. This is the lowest it's been even when it launched. It wasn't this low. The low it got in 2023 September was 94 cents. So we're below the low of the low. Crazy. And since Trump took office, it's down a lot also. The market just got hammered because of the panic. So say January 20th here, it was $2.40, now down 75%, even though it's crazy. So big drops on World. Got to be careful with these altcoins. 69 cents and 30 cents would be buy orders. And I've got World. Do I have any buy orders? No. 69 cents. It's very cheap, but World. No bounce back like other altcoins. Oh no, got a 12% bounce. Interesting. See, it's 12%, but it's from $6.90 to $7, 69 cents to 79 cents. Crazy. So 69 cents, let's buy $2,000 worth. World, 69 cents, $2,000 worth. And at 30 cents, $3,000 worth. And it's quite low right now, so I'm going to buy just $1,000 worth of it, start building a position. Maybe 2,000. I'll buy $2,000 worth of World to just start building a little bit of position, but just be aware it can come down to those lows. So I've got at 30 cents and 69 cents to buy more. Doge 14 cents, Uni $5.40, ton Ethereum 1,700, Bitcoin 80, 76, 69, 72, ton $1.10, $1.90, Doge 5 cents, 10 cents, Uni $4.70, $3.50, Ethereum 1,500. Is my orders. Those are all the orders I have down. So I've got now 18 orders heading down, and I've got my Bitcoin position, and I've got my orders on Bitcoin at 80, 76, 69, 72. Let's see how low we go. Join us again in the Telegram. There is 207 of you online, people discussing. I don't believe in patterns or figures. Make sure you learn TA. It doesn't matter if you believe or not. It's like a theory, like a study. See you later. Maybe coffee break. Beautiful. Hey James, I was wondering, what do you think about the coin now? It's down a lot. FXS. I haven't been watching it really anymore because it just got wrecked. It wasn't a performing altcoin. Oh, please, everyone wanted to be the reserve, and now it is, and the people are crying. Nothing to do with Trump, just sit. Oh yeah, the markets didn't drop because Trump announced tariff. It's got nothing to do with the president and his announcements that dropped the market. They have nothing to do with him. If you think the Fed is cutting rates will make a difference at this point, you're incredibly wrong. Incorrect. The Fed cutting the rates is very important because when the rates are high, money is expensive, and people don't use expensive money to buy pointless shit. So if they can get 5% just having cash in the bank, they'll rather get 5% than take a 5% loan to take money and invest in something like World or Bitcoin. You understand? Are you serious about not supporting? Sure, he's wrecking the markets and the economy, but at least we don't have DI. It's like $6 trillion loss. Trump confused us. He promised US will be the biggest crypto in the world. We supported US government buying Bitcoin. Instead, he moved the already confessed. Yeah, that's where he That's where he wrecked everyone. He said that he's going to create a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Then they moved the Bitcoin that they already had. Instead, he moved the already confiscated Bitcoin to Treasury Reserve, not mentioning other buyers. I don't know what will be the future of Bitcoin. I saw it at 42, then 52, then 72, then it reaches 109. Now it's at 80, but no signal to a good pump. I guess if we'll return to the range 90, 70, it'll be hope. Thanks for your videos. We went lower than that. Thank you for the comment. Not only those who do nothing make no mistakes, no worries. We own this together. Grew and patience solves everything. Bottom is near. I agree. I think worst case scenario is 69. We came to 76. I can tell James is pissed off, which is not beautiful. Thank you. I'm not pissed off. I'm just explaining the markets. We actually, if you guys remember, I wasn't angry or sad for myself, because if you remember, I got out most positions at the end of last year. If you remember, like when Trump took office, just before that premonition from that prophet guy, I'm going to show you on X, because a lot of people don't believe me. They think it's I've got 104,500 followers on X. I regret supporting Trump. 5 children destroyed in Bitcoin, stocks, and crypto in 2 months. My trades on Bitcoin bouncing in profit, still have Bitcoin orders laddered down. This is funny and terrible at the same time. Crypto traders logging in daily just to stare at unrealized losses, mentally calculating how rich they'd be if they sold, because it's like a self-castration, like whipping yourself. Even as one of Trump's most loyal supporters, I disagree with, Representative Thomas Massey is amazing. Check him out. A lot of people supporting Thomas Massey online. MCRT gameplay from one of the best players. You, Zuby Music, Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan always speak the truth. Thank you for defending the world. Without your voices, we would be all lost. Stay the fuck away from, this is Donald Trump going after Representative. Check it out. I sold at the top. No joke, people. I'm going to start selling most assets. If you don't know if you have followed this story for the last 6 months, you know why. Pray for us. And I sold then. If you remember, I actually sold then. So this was the 30th of the 12th, 2024. Oh, fucking shit. I called it 1920. This was Trump talking about a depression that's coming. This is the guy that predicted Trump
the election
having a great depression.
The Patriots coming out and voting, and then there will be a great economy crash. I saw they had a great economy plan, a crash. Worse than the Great Depression. And the Lord warned me about this. It would be a great dark time.
And anyone saying that this guy's crazy, if you follow the story, this was him. Check it out. You guys got to follow the story yourself. Come to your own conclusions. Love you all. That's my update in the market. All the links are down below. Bybit's the main place I trade. 60K bonus, lowest fees, best liquidity. Weex gives you $200 bonus for signing up and doing their process. JamesCryptoGuru.com for the courses and for the Telegram and to join the conversation. That's my updates in the market, everyone. Love you all. Stay safe out there. DCA down. We don't know how low it goes. I think Bitcoin could even come to 69K. If it is a Great Depression, we could go much lower. So just keep that in mind. DCA down. Don't go all in. And this should apply no matter where you're investing. When I told you Bitcoin's too high at 100K that you need to trade it, don't go all in, that was correct information. If you DCA down, it's much better off. And I still think we could go to 69. It is very possible, so make sure you DCA down. Hit the subscribe button, smash that thumbs up button, turn on the bell. Love you all. Have an amazing day. Protect your capital. DCA. Don't put all in. So DCA means if you have like 100K to put into Tesla, put 10K at one time. And then the next month, 10K. And the next month, 10K. Instead of if you put 100K into Tesla, when I warned you to get out, say you had put 100K there, you'd be down to 50K right now. That's what you don't want to do. You want to DCA down. Love you all. Have an amazing day. And I'll see you all again tomorrow.